lapel thing? I think I do. So sorry, Kenny.
Time out.
All right, can you hear me back in the back corner over there? We good? We're good over here? Good over here? All right, good. All right, good evening, family and friends of the bride and the groom, wait staff, the random couple people whom to why they're here, no one can really explain, and those people that will really make the night of doing success, the bar staff. Tonight I have the distinct pleasure and honor of first, once again, thanking you on behalf of the beautiful newlyweds and their families for joining them today in this lovely celebration. And secondly, to relate a few impressions of the groom to you. For those of you who face the unfortunate reality of not knowing me personally, my name is Kress. For those of you who do know me personally, I certainly hope that I look more handsome and debonair than you remembered. I am the best man after all. We will get to... Co-best man, excuse me, I'm corrected. We will get to more about me in due time. And please bear with me as John found it unnecessary to consider someone for best man that actually was a confident conversationalist. If there's anybody else here this evening who's feeling nervous, uneasy, and nauseous at the thought of what lies ahead, it's probably because you just got married to John Myers. John asked me to be his best man shortly over a year ago, and I like to think that I have done an admirable job. Besides, thank you, Clark. Besides the usual items of throwing John quite the stag night and giving him words of encouragement for the past year, I help with little things like helping with the florist with the arrangements today, and convincing John that despite his peculiar proclivities, he did not need to take the UC Bearcats costume with him on his honeymoon. Anywho. When John asked me to be his best man, I naturally thought back to the first time I encountered him. I'm unsure if I knew him prior to grade school, but we were certainly in the same first grade class. I recall him showing signs of things to come at such a young age when he was scorned by the teacher for drawing a rum bottle on an art project. I also recall him being pompous and snobbish by showing off his knowledge of cheap mathematics tricks to the class. Tricks his siblings presumably taught him. Luckily, he matured from this adolescent conduct and garnered enough charm to befriend me in high school. Ironically, it was assuredly our mutual disdain for marching band and practically all those in marching band that brought us together. Of course, our friendship alone was not enough for John to stay in marching band as he quit our senior year. After today's beautiful ceremony, it seems unlikely that he will revert back to similar behavior in regards to the marriage. I think my fondest memories of John in my youth were when John, Brian Fenstermaker here, and I channeled our inner outdoorsmen and bonded like old war buddies during trips to Red River Gorge. Of course, our ideas of roughing it included copious amounts of hand sanitizer. I know that was so. Using lighter fluid to start our campfires, sleeping in the car when it rained, that was certainly you. And eating only prepackaged food. When I graduated high school, 4 seemingly long years ago, there were 3 fine gentlemen I considered to be my best friends. Brian Fenstermaker, Clark Miller, and John Myers. I can assure you, thanks to the whiz. I can assure you that none of us thought that John would be the first of us to marry. I certainly thought that either Brian, with his muscular tone and military persona, or myself, with my gentleman charm and choice humor, or Clark, with his use of force and alcohol. married. How could John, someone who lacked all of these traits, find love at such a tender age? He had much potentially marriage material someday, but I was as much concerned as anyone when we considered how much he enjoyed hugging children while wearing a Dayton Dragons costume. Kristen would certainly agree with this point. However, his boyish and obstreperous temperament displayed during high school glee club eventually fell victim to his inimitable, humorous charm, his kind generosity, and his tender affection. I know John will always consider me a worthy and formidable adversary in humor, and that fact cannot be denied. But I stand before you in complete awe of the man he has become, and he has completely surpassed me in all other aspects of character. As such, he has become an inspiration for me to lead a more honorable, ambitious, and purposeful life. It was either due to divine intervention, which seems terribly unlikely, or the woman directly adjacent to him, Kristen, whose kindness and beauty undoubtedly reshaped him. The love that John has for Kristen is steadfast and true, and if the many times he denied me and others guys' night out is not testament enough, the way he looks at her and talks about her should be, and understandably so, as Kristen's comeliness, conscientiousness, and wholehearted integrity are certainly rare and precious in this world. I am not daft enough to be amazed at John's ability to court someone so lovely. I know that I can speak for everyone in the room by saying that we are all very happy for the both of you. We look forward to watching the ballad of John and Kristen unfold. So please raise your glasses as I toast my best friend and his beautiful new wife. Cheers.